Okay, hi. So I'm going live again today. I'm not sure how many people I have with me or will have with me. So we are on day 4 of no school, which again is incredible. I'm in the girls' playroom today, hence the stuffed animals and the much marked on door. I am not seeing a lot of work online, which is a little worrisome. Some of you are caught up, and that's great, but many of you have a lot of work to do, and it's just really piling up. So hopefully you can get some time to work on it today. Hopefully you can contact me if you have questions. So we're going to talk about one of my pet peeves today, and that is the apostrophe. Now, I have to say this is not an ESL mistake. This is an everybody mistake. This is a mistake I see on Facebook 3-4 times every single day, often by very educated people who still get this wrong. An apostrophe is a punctuation symbol, and its primary focus or purpose is 1, either to show possession, or 2, to show a contraction. We're going to talk about the first use today because people often make the mistake of the possessive or the plural. So let's look at this first sentence. The boys are, I forgot some, playing soccer. My bad. Playing. Apparently I have snow on the brain too. The boys are playing soccer. Now this boys is just plural. All it means is that there is more than one boy playing soccer. That is it, okay? Down here, the boy's mother is coming to the game. So this is one boy here, a single boy, and we're talking about his mother. And since his mother belongs to him in this case, it is apostrophe S. One boy, apostrophe S. Now the next sentence, the boys' locker room is stinky. You know it is. So this is more than one boy. The locker room belongs to more than one boy. So we keep the S, which is normally how we make it plural like this, and then the apostrophe goes on the outside. And really that's the basic rule, right? If it's a plural, just S, no apostrophe. If it is just possessive, one person is owning something, it is apostrophe S. And if it's plural and possessive, so multiple people are owning one thing, it's S apostrophe. That's it. Really, the only exception to this rule is if you have one of the rare plurals, like women, that doesn't take an S. So then you write the women's apostrophe S locker room smells good. So I realize that is contrary. That seems the opposite, right? It should always be S apostrophe, and I agree. But in fact, the rule is apostrophe S. So if it is a plural that does not take an S, like children or women, you do apostrophe S to make the possessive, okay? No apostrophe if there is no ownership. Apostrophe S if it is a single owner. S apostrophe if it is multiple owners, and apostrophe S is if it is plural owners but no S on the plural. That is the rule. I don't need to see apostrophe S's everywhere. For example, you would never use an apostrophe S on a verb. So he plays ball. Never have an apostrophe on a verb. There is no apostrophe S verb. The only time you have an apostrophe on a verb is when it is a contraction, like can't, or when it's like he's going to the store, H-E apostrophe S, that is he is. So those are contractions, okay? So only contraction apostrophes on verbs, no possessive apostrophes on verbs whatsoever. Okay. So we have a little bit more time. I don't really have anybody on, and I don't have much more to say, so I might cut this one a little bit short. So for my 9th and 10th grade, I gave the same exact assignment except for on list 3. It's a little unusual in that there are a couple of words that don't change at all in parts of speech. So journey, the noun, and journey, the verb, are both just journey. So I can say my journey to China was life-changing, or I can say I had to journey over to the other school to play ball. Either way, the verb and the noun are the same. Same with transition, which is really unusual. Usually if something ends in ION, you can be sure that it is a noun. This is a rare exception, and that's because transition as a verb is a really, really recent word, right? So usually transition was just a noun, but in the last couple of decades, honestly, people have started to use it as a verb. So instead of just saying the transition from child to adult is a long process, they will talk about people transitioning through a process. So that's really unusual. Many people hate that. They will only use transition as a noun and never a verb, but you will see it. And as long as you follow the regular verb rules, it is fine. So you could say he transitioned from a goalie to a midfielder. Again, there will be people who don't like it, and the deal is languages change over time. All of them do. So it's about 6.5 minutes, but I don't really have anything else, and I'll take one last chance. Check. Don't really have any new questions on Schoology or via my email, which, if you couldn't remember, my email is sgrant3 at district16.org. Okay, and you can always email me there. But I'm a little concerned about the amount of work, honestly, that's piling up on those of you who aren't doing your work at home. If you aren't able to get online at home, I do know like Xfinity has opened many Wi-Fi hotspots, so you could check and see there might be one near you. Just because of the cold, they've actually decided to open a bunch of them. Otherwise, we'll just have to make a plan when you come back if you were not able to. But it is, at this point, piling up across your day. And I guess that's, oh, sorry, I should talk about my other classes. 11th grade, I didn't assign you anything new. I just asked you to work on the stuff we talked about last week. So I made a Dropbox for your iMovie, and you should also be working on your second draft. I believe I've conferenced with everybody except for one person who wasn't there. My ELD classes, I posted one more assignment for you. It's a picture prompt, which we've done picture prompts before. If you had me last year, we did a lot of them. And I've asked you to write, basically I've asked you to write the same paragraph twice, once in the progressive, meaning it's happening right now. So you say he is running, and then once, same paragraph, all I want you to do is change the verb so it is in the past tense. He ran. So I want to see both versions. Okay, well, I have nothing else to say. So if nobody has any questions, I'm gonna go. Stay warm. Bye.